Sarah Harris has asked, does Jodi identify with one of the characters more than the others, perhaps giving them any flaws or personality traits that Jodi also thinks she has?
No, not really. There are my personality flaws and traits. Thank you so much for reminding me of them. In all of them, I have many of Max's flaws, but she is considerably better organised than I am. I don't get ringworm quite as often as Markham does. So a little bit of me in all of them, say.
Gail Fraser would love to know Jodi's favourite method of research. Is it poring over books in a library, looking online, or visiting sites, or all of the above? Does she always have a particular place, time in mind beforehand, or does she explore to see what might spark the imagination?
Ooh, actually, all of those. Initially, when I started writing, I lived in Turkey, and they don't really do public libraries in Turkey. And even if they did, they would be in Turkish anyway. So I relied quite heavily on the internet. And then when I came back to this country, public libraries were open to me again. But I do also visit sites. For example, the steam pump jump, which is set at Raglan Castle, came into being because my brother and I, one bitterly cold day, went for a visit, argued violently as to the location of the actual steam pump. People moved away from us, we were that embarrassing. And when we eventually returned home, I Googled it, which is what we should have done in the first place, and found we'd both been completely wrong. So that was embarrassing. And I've forgotten what the second half of the question was.
Or do you have places in mind beforehand, or do you explore to see what might spark the imagination?
Oh, well, that's the Raglan Castle bit. But the big set pieces, Agincourt and Thermopylae and Bosworth, they were in my mind anyway, and it was just a case of manoeuvring the story to fit them in.
Excellent, thank you. Craig Newton is asking, what's the funniest email or message you've ever had from a fan?
I can't recall anything particularly funny, although many of them are. I just can't remember a specific one. But I do get emails from people saying, I've had a really dark time recently and your book's been a tremendous help. And I can't say how pleased and proud I am to get that sort of email, because everybody has dark times. I've had them myself, and there were favourite books that saw me through, and to think that now I can do that for other people is very, very gratifying.